Here we go.
How is it going today? The loyal listener, my name is Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Today we have for you Zuko versus Shoto Todoroki. Avatar versus My Hero Academia. Death of Battle.
I don't know whose side I'm on because I like both. Like Zuko started off like not likable, but then he became like
He
very
likable.
likable later on.
Yeah.
And then Todoroki, he was. Oh, he kind of. No, I liked him in the beginning.
Yeah, you liked
he
him.
just
He
didn't
had
like
his-
other people. He didn't
Yeah,
like other
and
people, and he started warming up to people.
I don't know. I'm going with Shoto Todoroki because I like his character arc and what he's going through a lot. It's very well. Both characters are really well written.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you guys have it's very hard to choose. You got to pick one though.
Well, since you chose Todoroki, I'm
Okay.
gonna go with Zuko.
You wanted to go with Zuko anyway.
No, I didn't.
You liked his bird scar. Anyway,
Both of them got a scar.
they sure do. You like his a little more. If you guys have any reaction cuts, please follow us on social medias at the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's dive on it.
All those cool anime
Cowboy
heroes
Bebop.
out there, there's bound to be plenty with
Spike.
nasty daddy issues. You mean like you?
Yvonne Kelly knows.
Yes.
Yvonne Kelly always.
I'm not an anime character.
Oh,
Prince Zuko, the fire-bending hunter of the Avatar, the last airbender.
And Shoto Todoroki, the prodigal son of
I love
Fire
both
Knights from My Hero Academia.
He wears an iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
I thought they got to jump force basketball. No.
I was like,
Water, earth, fire, air.
Yes.
The four elemental nations once coexisted peacefully. Then everything changed
when the Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah, the cranky old Fire Lord went and conquered basically the whole world.
Yes.
And 100 years later, the equally powerful Master of Fire, Ozai, continued
Evil.
that tyranny. Many
Evil.
believed his rule would one day pass to either his daughter,
She
Azula,
evil,
or
too.
his son, Zuko.
Yeah, Fire Dad was way too ego crazy for that. He drove Azula mad.
Crazy.
Even though he did clearly favor her. Poor little Zuko got screwed over from the beginning.
Can you imagine your dad saying that while your sister was born lucky, you were just lucky to be born?
I can't imagine my dad saying anything to me.
Oh.
because he doesn't exist.
Well, despite this, Zuko was desperate to prove himself. What a fine work ethic.
Oh,
But
he's fine.
Fire Lord Ozai was 5'3".
No,
Naturally,
Zuko
his dad
was.
took him aside.
Oh, Zuko. Wait.
They're saying Zuko was
Wait.
5'3".
Oh, I'm reading it all wrong. I'm thinking that. But
No,
still,
they're saying
but
Zuko's 5'3",
still.
So basically, I will be his height.
I wasn't like when he said when he was 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I never like the height. I didn't really care about the height. I'm like it is what. Okay.
The others. Oh wait, just kidding. He burned his friggin' face off.
Magnified.
Shit.
With his new scar came a new mission. Zuko
Yeah.
would hunt down the elusive Avatar, the one threat to his nation's rule, to prove himself to his father and regain his honor.
Which is just a nice way of saying he was banished so he could never come back.
Frankly, Zuko did have the talent and training he needed to capture someone even as powerful as the Avatar.
Damn right, he's a fighting pro. The dude's strong enough to shatter metal chains with a kick.
Well, yeah.
Martial arts, dual swords, and oh yeah, firebending.
As a firebender, Zuko harnesses the light of the sun to summon flames from thin air. Wherever fire remains alight in an area that's not too cold, he can manipulate or bend it to his will.
I
Yeah.
mean, if I had to pick between swirling water around, tossing a few rocks, or farting hot air all the time, I would definitely go with firebending.
I'm going with
It
water,
literally
sorry.
That
makes
bloodbending
me
is too
flamethrower.
overpowered.
Yes. Give me a full
Surprisingly
moon.
versatile. Aside from
Shoot,
simply
sometimes you don't even need a full
launching
moon.
and moving
Right.
flames, firebending can be used to heat objects, melt through ice prisons, and even defy gravity.
Is that
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
remember that?
Yep.
fire? Awesome. How does that
That
even
whole
work?
episode
Well,
was
for
sick.
every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law. By creating a rapid series of explosions an inch or so away from the palm, the air in between the hand and fire is launched toward the user, thereby creating propulsion.
Yeah, firebending isn't
rocket
just about
boosters.
creating fire. It's about creating a bunch of it.
And
so
lightning.
Zuko can make large, long-lasting walls of flame to protect himself and keep enemies at a distance. That stuff's hot, you know.
Yeah, it's fire.
Fire.
You know, I've actually rigged up my arm to replicate the technique of firebending.
Uh-oh,
Dummy,
here comes
if
the
you please.
robot.
Another test. How thrilling.
Now, this isn't as simple as just pointing and shooting. Firebenders fuel their flames with their own breath. And using it at all requires a fierce understanding of martial arts.
What are you trying to do, the Macarena?
Zuko's
Oh
favorite
my
form,
goodness.
the
It's a Chinese martial art that's all about agility, wide stances, and aggressive attacks. A perfect mix of speed and strength.
Like this. Whoa!
Wiz, why?
Ha ha ha.
Anyway, the fire that benders like Zuko can generate is extremely hot, capable of melting through a cast iron door hot. This would need to be over 1200 degrees Celsius.
And while Sozan's comet was boosting his powers, Zuko's uncle Iroh blasted apart the giant outer wall of Ba Sing Se. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is no
Until
war
Iroh
in Ba
comes a
Sing
knocking.
Se.
I mean, that's like the thickest wall I've ever seen. Second only to the emotional walls between me and my dad.
Even without Sozan's comet, which only appears once every 100 years, Zuko has more than enough firepower to level a building. That's no laughing matter
Survived
for any
3 weeks
person
without
or building.
sustenance.
He's even quick enough to catch lightning and use his fire powers to redirect it wherever he wants it to go. Kapow! Suck it, Dad! Oh, shoot, wait, did he just shoot his dad with lightning?
I was glad when
Zuko's
he did
quest for
that.
the Avatar led him down a different path than he expected. Inspired by his kind uncle and the Avatar himself,
Uncle Iroh was
Jordan
such an
Peele was on a
angel,
new journey,
man.
one of self-discovery.
Yeah, turns out he didn't need his dad's approval after all. He just needed to approve himself. Now that's character development.
That's
Zuko's
what I love.
definitely
Yes.
had a heated redemption arc. And now that he's the Fire Daddy, Fire Lord, his honor keeps burning brighter.
Are you crushing on Zuko?
What? No.
Yeah, you are. It's okay, Wiz. Everybody does.
Zuko here.
I mean, he looked kind of nice.
Welcome to a world
He
where the
did.
supernatural is natural, where more than 80% of the population possesses superhuman abilities known as quirks.
Right.
Because
Yes.
everyone loves to game a system, there's a superhero
I was gonna say, we're
leaderboard.
gonna show
At
Miracle.
the very top of it stands the ultimate hero,
All
All
Might.
Might.
All Might's feats and reputation were incredible, a true symbol of peace for everyone. That is,
Until.
everyone except the hero
Fire
perpetually
Nation
stuck
attack.
at rank number 2.
That's Endeavor, and he vowed to surpass All Might. But his literal firepower was just never enough.
But if he couldn't do it himself, he
He's
would
gonna make
vicariously
someone
through
do
his
it.
own heir.
Yup.
Thus, he made the desperate decision to arrange a quirk marriage.
Basically, he paid a family off to get a wife with an ice quirk and popped out
Terrible.
kids until he got the right quirk combo.
Terrible.
Gross. Like I need a shower.
Say.
After 4 attempts, they finally spawned the child
Right,
he was
attempts.
looking
The other
for.
ones are failed
Shoto
attempts.
Todoroki.
Half cold, half hot. Literally. Right side's ice like his mom, and left side's fire like his dad.
Endeavor quickly separated young Todoroki from his supposedly lesser siblings,
Terrible.
ruthlessly training him to become the most powerful hero in history.
Surprise! Things didn't go so well. He drove Shoto's mom totally insane until
She
broke.
couldn't look at him or anything. Yeah.
Pouring boiling water on her son's left side because it reminded her too much of him.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
Jeez.
is getting super heavy for a colorful cartoon about
Yeah.
superpowers and frog people.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Todoroki never truly fell for his father's disgusting manipulation. He attended UA High School, a hero academy, and worked to use his power for good.
But just his
But
mom's
use
power.
only ice,
Why
yeah.
use fire when you can stick it to the man?
And he was
The
doing
man
really good just
being,
using one.
Yeah, he
Fire
was.
Dad over there. Anyone else notice his facial hair is made of fire? How does that work?
From his
Jeez.
right side, Todoroki can summon intense bouts of cold, freezing the air or even creating massive glaciers of ice.
Talk about overkill! And like a good edgy teen, Shoto named this super iceberg something badass. Heaven-piercing ice wall! Oh, you can just taste the self-loathing.
He can create sheets of ice to slide on or propel himself forward as if riding a Healy. While he can't manipulate the ice after he's launched it, he has extremely precise control over its initial release. He can even freeze opponents so thoroughly that they are frozen
He
both
did that, he was like,
inside
I'm sorry.
and out, effortlessly causing
was
necrosis
competing.
and shattering body parts.
Seriously, that's so dark. It's chilling. Talk about
Oh,
having
God.
a cold shoulder.
But
Oh,
Todoroki
God.
has a problem.
Stop.
While he is highly resistant to cold, he's not immune.
Here I am. Guess I'll die.
Oh, I won't believe this time.
Genuine joy.
Casting too much ice
Aw.
from his right side will cause his body temperature to drop until he falls unconscious, potentially even suffering frostbite.
I mean, it takes freezing an entire building before side effects even start to show up. So it's not all. Why'd you even make the stupid robot?
That's why Endeavor chose to mix ice with fire. See, he had the same problem with his own fire quirk.
He
While the
overheat.
cold and hot combined, they could counter each other's weaknesses.
Thankfully, Shoto met a friend who helped show him that his fire wasn't his father's.
Deku.
It was his own. You tell him, Deku. Finally, the full power of Icy Hut was
Like, don't let him
unleashed.
control
Icy
you.
Hut.
Help my back. Just hurts.
Yeah.
Boy, that's that.
While he's not
God.
as proficient with fire, given his lack of experience with it, this half of his quirk is identical to Endeavor's. His fire is hot enough to melt Tetsu Tetsu, whose body can turn to steel, which means it can reach temperatures over 1,600 degrees.
He can blast fire like a raging inferno, form walls of flame to block off areas, and use his Evil Dead signature technique, flash fire.
Flash fire is a method of compressing
Shoot.
flame under super hot temperatures before releasing it.
That was a
as
good
a
episode,
strike.
too.
Endeavor can also shape his fire, use it to cling to walls, and fly.
But even if he is
I'm
a
sorry,
huge
y'all.
dead
I'm sorry. You gotta clap it up to how damn good my hero is. Okay? Like, and then the arc where he said, like, you know, he's trying to become a better dad.
Yeah,
I
I
think
understood he was trying to become a better dad at that point.
But
What you did in
But
the
it's
past.
like at
The
the
things
same
that
time,
you've done-
it's like the things you've done, you treated your wife as like baby, like
As a
basically
tool.
a baby making tool, and then your children that came out, and if you didn't like how they came out, then you try again.
Yeah, that-
and then if they don't come out with what you want, you try again, and then you
Yeah.
try to control that one. So it's like it's a lot. Like, so Todoroki's not gonna just be like, oh, it's okay, Dad. Like,
No,
it's gonna be a long
yeah,
road. Okay,
long
probably would never
time.
be
It
patched.
yeah, I mean
So-
that is like very like abusive, like
Yes.
beyond like
Messed up.
it's just. But that's
Like, I could not imagine.
yeah, I
it,
couldn't
so.
imagine it. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Never was kinda right. Fire and ice combined put both quirks at their best. Shoto's one of the best in his class, taking hits from a tank like Deku, fighting top-tier foes like
Stain.
Stain, and
Woo.
keeping up with classmates like Bakugo and
Yes.
Tokoyami, who can block Kaminari's electricity.
And while he's often criticized for relying too much on his quirk, Todoroki is incredibly smart and a quick thinker, reading and setting traps for his opponents in the blink of an eye.
And after all that craziness, he finally patched things up with his mom, and somehow even inspired his dad to try and be a better person. What a
Yeah.
nice story. I wish he could inspire my dad too. Not Mama, no. She's already perfect.
Well on his way to becoming a successful hero, Shoto Todoroki no longer fights in spite of his father, but for himself,
For
and
himself.
the sake of others. I wanted to. I'll be a hero.
Oh, it's making me appreciate them so
All right,
much.
I
Both of
know.
them.
We've run the
I
day
know.
of all possibility.
All right.
I feel
Ooh,
like
it's gonna be so good, man.
My Hero Academia gonna win.
Okay, that's Zuko. I wonder how Zuko's gonna do against his ice.
Right.
A villain? You'll pay for that.
No, wait. I'm not the bad guy here.
He's like, you hit
Not
it.
anymore.
Your actions say otherwise. Fire, like my father. I'll prove I'm better than both of you.
Ooh. Get through that. Well, fire does melt ice.
What's the matter? Melting under pressure?
I feel like Zuko might win this fight just because
Like me.
he doesn't overheat or anything.
Maybe because of
I
martial
don't know.
arts.
I don't know.
Ooh.
He is inexperienced with his flame because he wasn't
He
using
hasn't
it for a
fought
long
yet
time.
as long with his flame.
Jeez.
Ooh. Ooh.
Jeez.
Creighton.
Oh no!
My cabbages!
That's the cabbages.
Oh, my cabbages!
Even in that.
Fire. You could obviously block it, but not this. It's over.
I think he's gonna be able to melt through that. Yep. There he goes. Oh, uh-oh.
I don't care how much power you have. I know who I am. I will win!
Oh, you see the animation change? Yup.
Yeah.
I'm the Fire Lord. I will win this for my honor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's over. It's over. It's over. GG. Oh, GG.
Nice.
GG. G. I already knew it. GG.
I knew he kind of would win. He had both.
Apologies.
I already knew the outcome. I already knew
Yeah, I
it.
knew
Talk
too.
about cool as hell. That was epic.
I really didn't know who was going to win that.
In here. Both Todoroki and Zuko held solid advantages over the other. Zuko's martial arts, athleticism, and lightning-fast reflexes meant that if he could get close to Todoroki, he could likely end the fight pretty quick.
But Shoto's no slouch.
Keeping him back.
Maybe better at long range, but he's been in scraps before. Like with the super fast, super deadly hero killer Stain.
Yes.
And with all that
Stain was
ice popping up
on him.
everywhere and his own super sliding and boosting skills, Shoto made it hard for Zuko to get close for long.
Plus, the speed difference wasn't all that drastic. Todoroki's fellow student Tokoyami's Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari's electricity after it had been fired. Quirks are not magic, and there are very few ways for electricity to travel through the air. Lightning is essentially an ionized path that electricity travels through. Kaminari's quirk must use the same method.
Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari, Bakugo dodged Dark Shadow, and Todoroki can match Bakugo in a fight. Bada bing, bada boom. That's lightning fast reflexes, baby.
While Zuko certainly had more control over fire, Todoroki could easily repel his firebending with his own flames. Not to mention the clear difference in temperature.
Yeah.
Zuko may be
it's much
skilled with
hotter.
fire, but he's not immune to it. Nor did he have any reliable counter for fast and massive ice attacks.
Don't
Exactly.
even need to bust out the calculator for this one, Wiz. That stadium is circled by a 4-kilometer track. That's huge. And the edgy ice wall covered almost half of it in less than a second. Zuko didn't have that kind of power spread.
Yes, I know fire
Oh, yeah, he
melts
did get
ice,
trapped
but not
in the ice.
instantly when it comes to gigantic glaciers. Plus, firebending becomes much more difficult in cold
Colder
temperatures.
environments.
That's why they put him in the ice box.
Ice
Yeah.
prisons before, but only ones where he could still move or at least breathe. Remember, firebending requires breath and movement. When
Yeah.
Azula was trapped in an ice prison so compact she couldn't move or breathe, she was helpless.
But like,
Yeah.
Shoto could just freeze over Zuko's insides anyway. No way
Oh.
he was surviving that.
Yeah.
Zuko might have been an admirable bender and adorable fan favorite, but Todoroki's overwhelming
both
ice,
are.
versatile
Both are
defense,
very-
and incredible
both are,
power
yeah.
were just
Yeah,
too
I
much
kind
to
of knew he was
handle.
gonna win.
Zuko aimed for success, but his opponent Shoto put him on ice.
The winner is Shoto Todoroki.
We kind of knew.
I'm not even mad at it.
Thanks so
Yeah,
much for
I would
sending
be
us
happy
that.
with whoever. I like both of them.
Next
Okay,
time.
next time.
The Flash.
Oh.
Woo.
Ooh.
Versus
Versus
Sonic.
Sonic.
Oh,
Wall-
Flash was gonna win.
Oh, that's Wally
oh,
West.
Wally.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because Wally did become the Flash for a bit in the
Yeah.
comics, right? Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like
But
Flash
yeah,
gonna
I'm not
win
even
that.
mad at that him winning. Like it was.
You know what's so funny? They both have burn sides on the same side. I
maybe
just realized
maybe
that.
the creator of My Hero got inspiration
From that?
Maybe.
I don't know,
That's
because
a-
they were kind of very similar. Because, like, both of them had dads they didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them got burned on the same side. They both got fired.
Yep.
And they both went through redemption arcs.
Yep.
So, it's like...
So you know, I
but
think
the thing is, Todoroki was never evil.
yeah, Todoroki was never
He
evil.
was never evil. He just didn't want to use the fire. So
Yeah.
that was the issue.
Yeah, and then I think it would have been an even like better battle if Zuko eventually was able to learn like how to bend lightning, you know,
Or the...
and then the fire, the blue flame, because it wasn't Azula.
Yeah, Azula
Azula
had the
had
blue
mastered
flame.
the blue
Yeah.
flame, so
So he
it would have
probably
been a
better
very. I wish my boy mastered those two techniques because it would have been an even better battle.
And what about the, didn't they do, like in Korra, they did like magma bending?
Yeah, they got magma bending. What are the airbenders
Or
gonna
and
have?
lava bending. that's
Yeah,
what it
same
was.
thing. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
lava bending,
Lava
magma,
bending,
whatever.
magma.
So they had that too in Korra.
So what is what are the airbenders gonna get? Oh
Nothing. Tornado.
Spoiler alert.
Tornado bending.
One of the spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1. One of them could fly, but that's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But other than that, what is? Because look, because
Oh
earthbending
yeah,
got.
one of them did fly. He just started getting up and then I was like, what the hell?
I was like, okay.
It was just flying like it wasn't nothing.
But other than that, that's not like a universal thing too. Like you have to be very good at airbending to be able to
Yeah.
do that. But look, earthbending has metal bending. So they have like sub.
Yeah, water bending.
Blood bending, and then you can probably bend make ice maybe.
Firebending has the lightning thing.
The lightning, but what is airbending? That's what I'm saying. What does airbending have?
Flying. That's
That's
it.
very special.
Yeah.
That's very special. As far as like earth compared to earthbending, they had a whole city that can metal bend.
Yeah.
And then as far as
like they don't have a whole.
yeah,
city
you
that
know,
can fly.
I understand that the airbender spoiler alert 3, 2.
I mean, if they don't
1.
know,
Watch
come
Legend
on
of
now.
Korra.
Yeah.
But like they got the airbenders back. They got a colony of airbenders back. But still, they don't have like their own like unique little skill tree that branches out. I'll make another avatar.
Yeah.
We need a third one. Anyway.
No, we like
yeah,
this fight.
Yeah, we like this fight. Anyway, comment below, guys. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.